What's good, y'all? And I know you guys know me usually for the battle rap stuff, but I am an extreme music fiend. I love music so much. I listen to all types of stuff. So from now on, every Friday, you're gonna tune in right here with me, and we're gonna do I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening. That's the name of this little, like, I don't know if it's gonna be a show, a segment, or what it is, but it's gonna be called Yeah, I'm Listening. And every Friday I'm gonna take an album, because we all know the new release date, well, the past release dates. Fridays is when all the albums, the singles, and all that drops. So, you know, I'm gonna tap in to, I'm not gonna say the most popular album or whatever like that, but I'm gonna listen to probably my favorite album that's gonna drop on that Friday, and then I'm gonna do a review by the end of the day, because throughout my day, you know, I do a lot on Fridays as far as work, because we be having a big weekend. If you don't know, I am a catering cook. I do work at one of the best restaurants in Providence, the best Italian restaurants in Providence, best Italian stores in Providence. So big shouts out to them. So, you know, I be busy throughout my days on Friday, and music keeps me going. The music keeps me running, it keeps me pumping, it keeps me moving, it keeps me in tune and in groove and being able to get my tasks done. So I listen to all the new albums on Fridays, every Friday, you know what I'm saying? I tap in, I listen to my Patreon episode, because usually the Joe Budden podcast drops on Friday to Patreon, and I go straight into the new albums. So here today we have Jack Harlow, Come Home, The Kids Miss You. And this was probably it wasn't the only release of the of Friday, but it was the biggest release besides Bad Bunny. That's another story. I wish I could tap into that. I'm gonna learn some Spanish. I know a little bit Espanol. I'm trying to learn so I could tap into them reggaeton albums too, because from when I be seeing, like, they be lit, I love the vibe and everything about that too. So I am gonna tap into them albums. But today we are talking about Jack Harlow, Come Home, The Kids Miss You. And for these type of videos, I have like a little criteria that I'm gonna go through as far as when it comes to albums, because like I said, I am a music fiend, so I pay attention to the detail. I pay attention to all the stuff that the average consumer won't pay attention to when it comes to the music, like concept, like I got a list of the best songs, the features on the album, production, sequence, all the things that really matter that makes an album, you know what I'm saying? Skits and things of that nature. So we're gonna start right now with the concept of the album. So the concept of the album, Come Home, The Kids Miss You, is pretty much Jack's success, the relationships that comes with success, and how they affect him. How he left the city, he blew up, he really overgrown his city and things of that nature. And how, like, the money, the women, the sex, a lot of sex. Jack raps about a lot of sex. How the women, the sex, and the personal relationships that are changing as his success and his fame changes. So Come Home, The Kids Miss You is really like an ode to his city, really, like him telling his city, telling him to come home, like, this is where you're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? And him just going around the world, becoming the megastar that he's on the path to be, and things of that nature, and creating these songs and creating these moments and all that. So it's like him, like, taking that and putting it into this album. It's kind of like a concept album, but he really didn't, like, you know what I'm saying? The best songs on this album to me, this is, it's a 15-song album, 15 song album, I believe. The best songs on the album to me, hands down, the best song on the album, you already know, Churchill Downs featuring Drake. That song, like, that song showed levels. Like, I listened to that song so many times today, and it was just because the simple fact that you could tell that Jack kind of patents his career like around Drake. You can see the influence that Drake has on Jack. He talks about it a lot and things of that nature, and you could hear it a lot. And on that song, it was really the two different levels. Like, Jack tapped into a level where he was talking about personal things, you know what I'm saying? He was getting personal, we're talking about family, friends, and all that type of stuff. But Drake just tapped in, like, the rapping, like the way he was rapping on that, the word association, the double and triple entendres and all that. Like, man, it was just, it was a class in levels, honestly. Jack's fire. Jack, don't get me wrong, Jack is fire. But I was saying earlier that this album kind of sounds like, I'm not being disrespectful or nothing like that, but it kind of sounds like a Drake demo tape. And I wouldn't say like a Drake demo tape is bad, because I'm kind of comparing it to Drake's last two, so the Dark Lane demo tapes and Drake's album, his last album. So, and if you listen to that last album and Dark Lane demo tapes, it's like a lot of sample driven, a lot of 808 hard 808s, but slow melodic beats, you know what I'm saying? So you catch the melodies and things of that nature. And it's kind of the same thing on this album as far as when it comes to Jack. So like I said, Churchill Down's one of the best songs on there. Young Harlow I enjoyed very much. That seems like it's gonna be a fire single if he pushes it the right way, because the second half of that song, like I said, it was very Drake, like the play on his the play on words he used in his chorus and things of that nature. You could tell like the Drake influence. So Young Harlow is one of my favorite songs. State Fair, you know what I'm saying? Another song, pretty much another ode to his city, I would say, of him just rapping about being away and being big and coming back home. You know what I'm saying? State Fair is another favorite of mine. Like a Blade of Grass, that's another favorite of mine. And Poison featuring Wayne. And the thing with these songs is I wouldn't say they have like the same type of melodies or anything like that, but it's like a vibe, it's like a bop. That's why them are my favorite songs. I wouldn't say, as far as a rating, I would give the album a 6.5, 7 out of 10. And it's just because I feel as though he could have did way more as far as like the productions and like even like the features. He had outstanding features, but I don't think he utilized the features in a way that he should have. Like Drake showed up, of course, like even the Pharrell feature, I wasn't really feeling the Pharrell feature. I didn't even notice Justin Timberlake on the song where he had Justin Timberlake featured. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he utilized them features in the correct way where he could have. So, you know, and the production goes more into the sequencing too, because the album flows. Like that's one thing. That's why I would give it a 6.5, 7 out of 10, because the album does flow. It is okay songs and mixed with some good songs and one absolute fire song, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, but the sequence of the album, and it's all in-house production. That's what I'm getting from it, because you have names like 24-1, Nemo, Jack Harlow himself, Charlie Handsome, a bunch of names like that continuously show up on these tracks. So I'm guessing this is his team of people that he works with in-house, because you can actually hear like the sound that he was trying to capture as far as the sequencing and things of that nature too. So I want to give a big shout out to Jack. It's not his debut album, but you know, it's not even his sophomore album really though, because I went back, I did some research. Jack's been popping for a while now. Well, I wouldn't say popping for a while now, but he's actually been rapping for a long time now, and he's actually been working hard, so big shouts out to him. I'm just glad he was able to put out this work and actually, you know, get it done, because a lot of people ain't really rapping nowadays. That's the thing. A lot of people aren't really rapping nowadays, so it's hard to like actually. And as far as rapping, I mean like full on just rapping. Like this album was full with a lot of melodies and stuff like that. The samples helped him a lot too, because, you know, like he sampled Destiny's Child. He had a bunch of samples on there, and you could tell where he was going with the with this album. So I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. I am going to be doing this every Friday. I'm going to pick an album that I've been listening to that I like and that I really mess with. and I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna rate it, I'm gonna talk about the concept and all that other stuff, and I just want to hear what you guys got to say. I'm trying a bunch of different stuff, so, you know, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening. This is your boy Joe Cliff, and you just tuned into the first episode of Yeah, I'm Listening. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you send this to Jack. Tell Jack that I have a great ear for music and I can help him. Tell him that he needs Future on the Side Piece remix too. Side Piece was another good song that I could definitely hear Future on. So shout out to Jack Harlow. Make sure you go stream his album, Come Home, The Kids Miss You. It's a good album overall. It's a good solid album. So big shout out to Generation Now, DJ Drama. He just won a Grammy with Tyler, the Creator. So big shout out to that camp and over there, that label. So you know what it is. It's your boy Joe Cliff. Holla at me.